Hello, I'm going to talk to you about the circulatory system. Why it's so important for us? And what is it that you really know about the circulation? Well, let's learn something today. What is it that circulates? What is that substance that goes through our vessels? What is that red color liquid that comes out every time that we cut ourselves, or if we have an accident, or if we go to the doctor for a blood test? Well, I hope that you know the answer. It's blood. Blood is what goes through our vessels and carries oxygen, nutrients, wastes, hormones. That's the blood. And blood is it's one of the main parts of the circulation system. What are the functions of the blood? Well, the blood has different functions. Blood carries oxygen, like I said. Oxygen is very important for each single cell to live. Blood carries hormones because we need hormones when we are gonna grow, when we need to speed up our metabolism, or we need to slow down with our metabolism. We need nutrients because we need to eat. Every single cell needs to eat. And blood has a very important function. It's about temperature. Blood is what keeps us warm, or it will cool off our body when it's too hot. But how is it that the blood will work for you? Well, we can imagine that blood is like a river. It's gonna have a main street of water, in this case blood, and then it's gonna go in different pathways. Some blood is gonna go up to the heart, and the other ones, the arteries, are gonna come down with the blood that is rich in oxygen. So this is how the circulatory system will work for you. And the main pump is the heart, and I'm gonna explain later about the heart. But let's keep talking about the blood. Well, the blood is divided in plasma, white blood cells, and red blood cells. The red blood cells are also called erythrocytes. This is the shape. They look like donuts, and they are the one that carries oxygen. Then we have this portion of the blood that is called plasma. Plasma has almost a big percentage of water. It has the hormones. It will have the chemicals, proteins. So this is why it's a big part of the blood. And then we have in the middle the white blood cells. Those are called leukocytes. Leukocytes are very important because they fight when we are ill. Also, it's important to know that when we go to a lab and the doctor said, okay, I want you to go to the lab because they are going to look at your blood. When they look at the blood, they need to know if the levels of the erythrocytes and the leukocytes and the plasma, it is in the limits. Why? Because if it's not, maybe we are going to be sick. Like, for example, anemia. When we are all the time tired, when we are sleepy, when we don't want to go out, when we look really pale, well, that can be a sign of anemia, and in the blood it's going to show. How can we fix this? Well, we can eat food rich in iron, like liver, broccoli, spinach. So this is very important. That's why when we go to the doctor, it's very important to take a sample of our blood. Now, I was talking about the white blood cells. What are the white blood cells? They are called leukocytes, like I said, and they live around the red blood cells, most of them. They help us when we have a harmful substance in the body. They are the one that fights this virus or this particle that is hurting our body, like parasites, for example, and they produce antibodies. So our body is gonna say, okay, I know what is that, I know that that's not good for you, and I'm gonna fight. So those are the white blood cells. Also, in that middle part of the blood, they are the platelets. The platelets are the ones that help you with the blood clotting. What is this? Well, when we cut ourselves, we don't want blood coming out all the time. We need the platelets, and we need this net to start producing this net so they can stop the bleeding as quickly as possible, because that's important that you don't lose a lot of blood. All the blood looks red, the same, but there is not the same. Why? We have different type of blood. We have A blood type, B, AB, O. And I just want you to understand that each type of blood has like a different key. So for example, type A is gonna give, it can transfer blood to a person type A or type AB because they have the same antigen. Type B blood is gonna give blood to a person type B or AB, but a person with AB blood only can give blood to a person with AB blood. Okay, so that's the difference. AB blood is the only one that can receive from all of them, because it can receive from A, from B, from AB, and from O. O is the universal donor. Why? They can give to all of the others because they don't have the antigen, so it's okay if they give blood to the other ones. So it is very important to understand that if you need a transfusion or if you have an accident, you really need to know what is your type of blood. In case that you are A and they give you B, that could be a very lethal problem, or you can die. The heart is located almost on the left side of our chest, and it's almost the size of our closed hand. So this is almost the size of the heart. And the heart works independently. It doesn't need for the brain or for you to think, oh, you have to pump blood to all your body. No, that's automatically. Even if you are sleeping, working, studying, your heart is always pumping blood. The heart is divided in two parts. It's usually colored blue and red. The blue one is the blood that doesn't have oxygen, that they just have wastes like CO2, carbonic acid. And the red part is the blood that comes from the lung with oxygen. So this is the blood that can go to every part of your body. And they are usually the arteries, because they are going out of the heart, they are usually thicker than the veins because of the pressure that the heart is gonna exert pumping the blood. So that's why they are a little thicker. And the vessels, the veins, they have valves, because you don't want that blood to go back. So that's the difference. The arteries, they don't have valves. It is very important to have good eating habits. Why? Because when we start eating fatty products or fatty oils, what happens is this is a healthy vessels, but those deposits of fat, they are gonna start they are gonna start filling out these vessels, and they're gonna start blocking the vessels, and that's when a heart attack or a stroke could happen to you. So that's very important that you try to keep exercising. Exercising is the best way for you to keep those arteries clean, because every time you exercise, you are taking out these fatty deposits. Finally, it is important to know that a healthy heart, nutrition is very important. The way that you are gonna eat, the way that you are gonna exercise, you are doing this for you, for your heart, for your life. And we now understand that the circulatory system is really important. Without the heart, without the good functioning, without the vessel and the arteries, we could not have a healthy life. So I hope that you learned something today, and I hope that you really understand the importance of the circulatory system. Thank you very much.